Wow, what a 2020 year it's been. My name's Evan Tanner Verity, owner of United Volleyball Club. We've been open for about approximately nine seasons now. First and foremost, our whole United family really wishes the best for everyone. We hope that through these times you're safe, healthy, number one, and then number two, any little opportunities that come from these types of circumstances, we hope you're finding all of those. So we really truly wish you the best, whether you're United or not. So I really want to start off by just mentioning that my objective and goal is not to brag and talk about how we're the best club or anything like that. I think parents get to hear that a ton during the tryout process, so we want to stay away from that. We do want to just objectively go through the things that we provide, what things we have that we're working on, and then I want to ask just one question, and the only question is that I think everybody should kind of ask themselves: why and how did United become a top 5 club in Orange County without ever having a high school coach funneling kids to the program? And I think if you spend time asking yourself and thinking of that question, it speaks for itself in the importance of that we put on actually providing a great service and stuff like that. So I think that would be the most important question I would ask when thinking about a club if I was sending my kid to a club. Okay, now the next big question that I think a lot of parents are wondering, we'll get straight to the financials. So the concern is, will there be shutdowns? Will tournaments be canceled? What's happening with all of this? So we have prepared. We are ready to do more cash refund type stuff. So the current situation and how we handled last year is we're giving a $1,500 credit to all of our returners. So everybody that is returning, they will get $1,500 credited to their account and pulled off their total fees. We are also going to match up to a $700 credit for all new players coming from other clubs that may have taken losses. We're very aware of how many of the clubs have handled it, and basically we want players to be able to play and that part of it not be a concern. So we will provide a $700 discount with proof or email from your previous club stating, hey, we have this much discount. Again, that'll be up to $700 that we will credit back. The cost for the season is going to be $4,450. So basically, now it's going to be very different this year. 12 and unders will be $4,100. The seasons are longer, so we're looking at about, for many of the kids, closer to 2 to 3 extra months of training. So everything's on about approximately a 10-month season. And we will play through the high school season, and we will have training opportunities for players that move on and do their high school stuff. So we will have approximately 7 to 8 payments spaced spread out month to month. In case of some kind of shutdown or something, you are in control of your money. We will have tournament refunds. It's approximately $30 per tournament per kid, but you will get a tournament refund. All the other details will be more so in the UVC contract, so make sure you take a look at that, read it closely, see how the refunds work in the case of some kind of shutdown or any changes. If you would like to pay cash up front, it's probably more for the families that have known us for years and trust us. But if you would like to do the cash up front, you'll get a $100 discount on top of not having to pay any processing fees. So that will be available and explained throughout the tryout process. Okay, now what what the United season provides. I'll get into more or less the gist of it. It is everything that all clubs provide. We'll provide the 2 uniforms, the shorts, this year for new players. We are recycling the uniforms from last year for returners because, well, they use them like 3 or 4 times. So the season will be throughout the whole season, we'll have 2 to 3 practices a week. And again, being that it's a 10-month season, we're dropping about 1 practice, plus we have the beach club, which is going outstanding. We sold out the first in the first week, and so a lot of our kids are actually doing both beach and indoor throughout the season. So we've got a great program on both sides. So for those players, they will be averaging for some players 5 to 10 practices a week. For most, an average of 4 to 6 practices probably a week. So for those of you, if you're not doing the beach club or you want to get extra training, just talk to us. We let our players shift in and out of practices. So if you're on, like, say, the 13s team, maybe you want to train with our 14s. We do a lot of stuff like that. So we don't want to stop kids from being able to train, basically. So talk to us, and we definitely have kids adding multiple practices throughout the week. It's a great opportunity for the kids in that sense. Next, we have Google Classrooms and a club book. So we created a book that has interviews of all the best in volleyball. So whether it's Karch Karai, Misty May, Kerry Walsh, Lloyd Ball, Hugh McCutcheon, we have interviews with all these national players and what it took to get to that level. So we highly encourage all of our players to read that so they get to understand what it takes to get to the college level. Then we also break down like a complete goal setting method and college recruiting protocol. So like what they should be doing, how they should be planning, at what age do you want to start creating a school list of 20 to 30, and then at what age should you narrow that down to 10, 15, and then getting into all the college recruiting apps and making sure that they have a process and an understanding of how to get there. So I think that's the first key, is you don't want to go just aimless, and it doesn't work like you show up to club, you play club, and then you go to college. That's not how it works. I want to be very clear with that. So it takes extra work, and players have to have some kind of goal or mission to follow to achieve. So that is all wrapped into the season. They will be able to go into Google Classrooms. They'll have habits and journaling and all sorts of stuff in quite a bit of detail for everything in that sense to become an elite level athlete. All players at Los Cab will stay at Los Cab. All players that sign up for Momentous will stay at Momentous. Once we set the schedules stay the same. So there's no jumping around. We're not mixing kids up from Irvine to Fountain Valley. We keep it very simple. And when you sign up for a team, you are staying with that team at that location. Now, if the entire team was like, hey, Everin, we really want to go here, or we really want, can we add a scrimmage at Los Cab and play one? Absolutely, yes. We will, extra opportunities will be available at either location, but for the most part, the simple, what you're signed up for will always be at that same location. And two solid facilities. Los Cab, there's a few more perks to Los Cab, to be perfectly honest. One, it's a beautiful facility, and I'll explain all the things that we're doing at Los Cab when we talk about future stuff. But at Los Cab, every player gets a membership year-round, so they can come in and out of the facility whenever they want. They can use the weight rooms whenever they want. A lot of our players have swam. A lot of our players play pickleball. We've got sand courts. The sand courts are redone. They're beautiful, working great for the club. So there is a lot of options at Los Cab. It is kind of our home, and has more that definitely has the United feel when you're there. So that's something to kind of keep in mind if you're choosing between the locations. We have a phone app, so a lot of the scheduling stuff will be done through the phone app. Some communication will happen through the phone app, notification reminders. There is a free phone app for all the registrations, which we do recommend you use. Again, we have an extra 1 to 3 months of training. We are Mizuno sponsored, and basically any other questions you might have, let's do at the parent meeting on the Saturday at Tryouts. I'm probably missing a lot of stuff, but want to make sure I can get this video to everybody. I think convenience is a big part. We're trying to make multiple locations so it's close to you, where we are still able to provide the same quality of coach and set training times and days. So communication is also, like, it is the number one most important thing to focus on. We do the best we can at it. We've constantly been improving at it, but we will communicate a lot through text. We communicate a lot through email, so like when there's a tournament, you're getting notified via text and email, and now also through the app, you'll get a notification. So there's no missing tournaments ever. So we make sure everybody is well aware of all that information. We do the best we can with that. So now let's talk about what is coming new to United. It is a very exciting time in the sense of what we've been working on over the past months when we had a little bit of extra time through the shutdowns. We're starting a private school / learning center at Los Cabs. So this is full curriculum to tutors. Next, we have 4 condos. We're partnering up with water polo and tennis. We have 4 condos that we will be able to host international athletes. We're working with a visa company to be able to bring student athletes to study abroad, and we'll have that for volleyball, tennis, and water polo at Los Cabs, a place where they can live, they can train in the morning. And that's the bigger key, I think, for most of you watching this video at this point now, is we're opening the doors for some kind of morning practice. We're well aware that a lot of families are planning to do homeschool or non-traditional ways of school. So the doors become more open to do skill session in the morning to train, or private lessons in the morning, and then you go, maybe to the learning center, you study for a few hours, or you have a tutor that helps, and then you come back, work out with OC Fast Twitch in the gym, get a lift and work out in, and then you can have your team practice after that, still only 3 or 4 p.m. So you have the rest of the day. So I think we're going to start seeing a lot of those new, more exclusive models of education coming our way through this whole experience. So we are prepared for that. The next thing that we're working on also closely with tennis is we have a biomarker program very similar to what the NBA uses to test body type and motor function, and what is the best way to eat and train per each athlete. And this is a very extensive, high-level elite program. It's not part of the club dues. It's an extra service. But then we also we're working with nutritionists to do meal preps and things of this sort. So where your meals and stuff can be for those that are extremely elite, with like not just college goals but professional goals to play. You're going to learn how to train, how to eat, how to do the whole package, what it takes to be fundamentally a professional athlete. So we're working on all that stuff. These are the new things outside of the club that we're improving and adding in the near future. The most important part for you guys, I think, is, again, the possibility of morning practices being available as soon as this year. Now, we must talk about the COVID situation. So we already talked about we're prepared to do some kind of cash refunds. We're prepared to at least refund tournaments and some time that is lost throughout the season. So it's not just credits, but we will follow all the protocols set legally by the state. So we are going to follow all those protocols. If we're supposed to wear masks, we're going to wear masks. As soon as we don't have to, we're going to open the doors to take those masks off. So but we are going to follow the law. I know that there's some clubs that are kind of doing what they want to do. And I respect and understand that, but at the same time, I want to respect everybody's point of view on this situation. It's obviously a very political topic, so we want to respect everyone's point of views. We're going to follow the government mandates, and we will stick to that, which means, again, we're prepared to do some kind of small refunds for lost tournaments and time, or added schedules at a later point. So we're going to talk, and a lot of that again will be in the contract, but I do want to be clear, we will follow the expected mandates. We have sanitizers ready. We have players indoor have to wear masks. Outdoors they do not. So just so you have an idea of where our stance will be, we want to do the best we can to keep everyone safe and be respectful to everyone's opinions, which I think is extremely important right now, especially to building a good culture with a club. So, okay, so with that being said about COVID, we're planning to stop taking players once we hit 200 players total. Doesn't matter if it's like, hey, we have 20 teams in one age division, or one team each age division, boys and girls at both locations. We want to stop at 200 players because we feel very confident that that's approximately the number of athletes that we can provide a really high quality service while still being able to be flexible enough to handle different obstacles that come our way. We might have to shift into like, hey, 6-player practices, or the skills only, or all of a sudden we can only do private lessons for a little while, or we have to fully shut down for a couple of weeks. So we're trying to manage all of that, be mindful of it, so that those first 200 players we can really take care of, but we do not plan to go beyond that mark for this season. Okay, so other than that, I think really we'll have the parent meetings on Saturday, on all the Saturdays before the tryouts. So we'll just basically open straight up to Q&A. We hope that everybody was able to watch this video prior, because we kind of want to flow through it all pretty quick. The tryouts are only going to be 45-minute long, and we're going to do about 30-minute parent meeting in between 2 45-minute tryout sessions for those age groups. So again, very different than what we've done in the past, but it's quick. It'll get you in and out. And we think convenience-wise that will be relatively helpful for everyone. So we're really looking forward to the season. You know what? One more thing. Okay, so it has been the biggest privilege as a coach, as someone that loves this sport, to see the passion from so many players those first days back in the gym. The level of smile, it wasn't like the, oh, I'm happy. You see it in the eyes, and it was really unique to see. So I do want to mention that first. Extremely proud of all of our United players, because they have found a way to do the extra work, to stay in shape, to play beach volleyball, to do all of that. And then it's been also really exciting to see so many the new players and what they can add to the program. So we have a lot of new talented players. So we're extremely pumped for that part, and it's been an absolute privilege seeing the level of happiness from the players. So that kind of joy and passion, it's been one of the most rewarding experiences actually through this whole thing. Okay, now I'll let you go. We'll see each other on the Saturdays before the tryouts. I'm really looking forward to it. I cannot wait to get started. I cannot wait to start working with the teams. So we'll see everybody real soon. Talk to you soon. Thanks.